Hello viewers, this is Mr. Vikrant. So welcome back to the English grammar class. This is the second part of the topic on the verb in detail. In the previous class, we had discussed about the verb and the main verb. So in this class, we will discuss about the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is also called the helping verb, as it is used with the main verb to show tense. Auxiliary verbs are also used to show the grammatical and functional meaning of the sentence. Auxiliary verb can be of primary and secondary. So what are the primary auxiliaries? Primary auxiliaries are the be form, do form and have form. These three are called as primary auxiliaries. So the be form are like am, is, are, was, were, be and being. Do form, do, does, did, done. And have form, have, has, had. So these three forms are called as the primary auxiliaries. Now what are the secondary auxiliaries? Secondary auxiliaries are basically the modal auxiliaries or modals. They are can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, need, dare, ought to, and used to. Now the difference between the primary auxiliary and the secondary auxiliary is that primary auxiliaries can be used like a main verb in the absence of the main verb, whereas in the secondary auxiliaries it cannot be. Another main function, the difference between these two is that primary auxiliaries, they change according to the number and person of the subject, whereas in the secondary auxiliaries, they never change irrespective of what the number and person of the subject. Now let us see some of the functions of these primary auxiliaries. So we shall discuss the functions of be form auxiliaries, particularly am, is, are, was and were. First function is to show identity. For example, when I say I am a teacher or he is a doctor, so what is this auxiliary am and is doing? They are showing the identity of the subject I, that I am a teacher or he is a doctor. Now let us look at the second function of the be form auxiliaries. It is used in the progressive tense or in the continuous tense. Example, they are working in the field, the baby was crying. So after are or was, we have the ing form of the verb. Therefore, they are in continuous tense or in progressive tense. Now the third function of be form is it is used in the passive voice. Look at the example. We were asked to stay home. The house was built. Here after the auxiliaries were and was, we have the third form of the verb asked and built. So therefore it is in passive voice. Now the fourth function of be form auxiliaries, that is, it is used in plans and arrangements. For example, I am to go to Delhi tomorrow, or you are to inform them. So when I say I am to go to Delhi tomorrow, that means I have planned to go Delhi tomorrow. So therefore when I say after the auxiliary infinitive is there, it shows the plan or arrangement. Now let us discuss the functions of the do form auxiliaries. First function is to form negative sentence. Look at the example. Mona doesn't like gossiping, or we didn't see him yesterday. You see, so we used doesn't or didn't along with the main verb to make the negative of the sentences. It is particularly used in the simple present and simple past tense to form negative, at the same time interrogative. The second one to form interrogative. You see, does he play football? Do you want to come with me? Here we used does and do to make the sentence interrogative. Now the third function is to lay emphasis. For example, I did remind him to take an umbrella, or we did make mistakes. If you analyze this sentence, when I say I reminded him to take an umbrella, then it becomes a simple statement. But when I say I did remind him to take an umbrella, it is an emphasis. There is an emphasis in this sentence. Now let us look at the fourth function of the do form. That is, it is used as a full verb or a main verb. Example, Lena does her duty honestly. The students have done their homework. Here you see, so other than does, we don't have any other main verb. Similarly, students have done their work. Here done is used like a main verb or a full verb in the sentence. Now let us look at the functions of the third be form auxiliaries, that is a third form of the primary auxiliaries, that is have form auxiliaries. And the functions are, first is to show possession or ownership. Example, they have a lovely pet, or the boy has 4 Parker pens. When I say they have a lovely pet, so have, the auxiliary shows the possession of the subject they, that they possess a lovely pet. Or the second, the boy, what does he possess? He possesses 4 Parker pens. So that I say the boy has 4 Parker pens. So that shows possession or ownership. Second function, to show duty or obligation. Example, she has to clean her room today, or I have to return home immediately. See, so she has to clean her room today, which means it is her duty to clean her room today. So that shows a duty or obligation. Or the second example, I have to return home immediately. So I am obliged to return home immediately. So that I say using the have form auxiliaries by saying I have to return home immediately. Now the third function, have form, is used in the perfect tense. For example, the child has eaten all the sweets and you should have been more careful. Here has eaten or have been more careful. So has or have is used in the perfect tense. So that's why after has or have, we have the V3 form or the third form of the verb, which shows that particular sentence is in perfect tense. Now look at the last function, that is have form is used in the passive voice. Example, the work has to be completed by Monday, or we have been given detailed instructions. You see, the work has to be completed. After has, we have the passive voice. Or if you say, look at the second example, we have been given detailed instructions. So after have, it's been plus V3. So therefore, it is in passive voice. So these are the functions of the primary auxiliaries. I hope you all understood. Thank you. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.